Hi Virgo, welcome to your weekly love reading. So what's going to happen this week in terms of love? The Wheel of Fortune, the Sun. So the Sun came in that window. Shone the light on you, made you look up. See things from a different perspective, see things from a higher ground, spiritual perspective, because you were caught up in so many fears. Nine of Swords, these are the demons, it's thoughts, and those thoughts were going in a circle, keeping you stuck and stagnant. This is a wheel, it's meant to turn, it's meant to go forward. The cycles of death and rebirth is meant to keep happening. There's some sort of fear that was causing stagnation. The wheel's actually fallen over here, and it's been fallen over for a while with all that moss on it. But all your spirit family, soul family is manifesting a new beginning, a rebirth, so that wheel can get turning again. Stagnation was causing a lot of darkness, a lot of wounds. You're sacrificing yourself for others, but it was wounding you in the process. And it's like, don't turn your back on the sun, don't turn your back on the light, because you're focusing on the dark. You couldn't see the light. But then I feel like you met this person, they're coming in and they're helping heal you, so you can see the light, kind of thing. Crystal clarity, seeing clearly. The Queen of Swords. She's like, take my hand. Let me take you through the shadow side so you see the light. This is angelic intervention as well, because playing the harp here always reminds me of that depiction of them showing angels playing the harp in the clouds in heaven. Ace of Swords, sword in the stone as well. This looks like sword in the crystal. And that reminds me of the Sword of the Stone, where he becomes the king. It's the boy who just not even seriously tries to get the sword out, but just sort of falls into the realization that they are the one that's chosen for this light working role. Yeah, just, you know, actually be the one that sets that alight and takes that into the darkness, so it becomes more of the light. I feel like Divine Feminine was offering the torch, or Divine Feminine was offering the clarity, the light, but also the Divine Masculine was offering the warmth to sort of burn away, melt away the frozen exterior or the walls around the Divine Feminine heart. But these are crystals as well, illuminated, so you both have crystal clarity, but one is more of the earth and one is more the spirituality of the mind, thoughts, passion. And Seven of Pentacles, the mind tries to trick the true self. When you're a small child, you're not covered so much in the veil of illusion. Like, that hasn't yet absorbed. The illusions haven't yet fully absorbed in your mind when you're young. So there's all this trickery of the mind, fears, illusions, and even purposeful. I feel that people in a place of they believe is power, they actively do things, show things in society, through TV mostly, that trick you, that keep you stuck in illusion. They don't want you to be in your empowerment. But this is Seven of Pentacles, no longer investing in illusions, darkness, but returning to your true, innocent self, where your third eye was wide open. And there's all this imagination, everything, seeing everything anew, like that rebirth. An old cycle of the way in which you saw the world has come to an end, and you see things totally differently now. So let's look at some oracle cards. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Whatever love you send out is coming back to you. Mercy is a rare word, one hardly used. What are merciful actions? Not judging another, speaking with kind words, thinking compassionate thoughts about others. May acts of mercy come your way. So yeah, I feel this represents who you and this person are. Very compassionate and understanding, and that's coming back to you. God gives you only the present moment by moment. Or God gives you only the present moment by moment. How much of your precious day do you invest in the past? Everything from your past, except wisdom and love, has long since served its purpose. Witness what calls you from yesterday and why. So I feel this is saying, be merciful, be forgiving to someone that may have hurt you in the past, or something where you find it hard to forgive yourself from the past. Tranquility at home leads to health. Home is for resting, renewal, warmth and love. If this is not the atmosphere in your home, what can you do today that contributes to changing it? Okay, so someone may be feeling kind of stuck or hemmed in at home. Maybe there needs to be some sort of forgiveness in the home, or something to do with family life. Big picture thinking. Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. So you're seeing things from a much bigger, broader perspective, big picture thinking. I feel like maybe there was some limitations, maybe you had accepted that your life wasn't going to be as inspired and magical as you really, really wanted it to be. Maybe there was an acceptance of that, or you felt like it was an acceptance. Maybe you felt like, okay, it's more realistic to kind of put those dreams aside and be more of how we're taught life should be, kind of thing, by society. So there was some sort of decision that was made to kind of basically be more practical and put your dreams and goals aside, which meant putting your true self aside. And then that just started to feel really like constricting, heavy weight on your shoulders. You're like, you thought you could be practical and that you wouldn't need these goals and dreams. You thought you could live without them, you could repress them and it'd be fine. But then how you've limited yourself is really sort of making you feel closed in, suffocated in your life. Because you can't turn your back on your true self. It will always be calling you through that gateway towards the light, towards your higher vibrational meaning. That there's a gateway again, portal, doors are opening, you decide, rewards, wild card. Water your garden. This is talking about nourishing yourself. Nourishment, body care, tenderness and rest. So there's a need here to honour your own needs. Someone's been a bit of a martyr energy, forsaking their own needs. Who you truly are, your goals and dreams, is a huge need that your soul is wanting to be fulfilled. Wants you to go through the gateway, through the spiritual light. And yes, it's that gateway seems scary and dark to begin with. But that's just the great severing. Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. So there's conflict within this person, maybe within both of you. Something where it's things in your life are conflicting with your true self. It makes you feel in conflict within yourself. Maybe you've had a lot of worries, a lot of anxieties. Maybe you've done a lot of trying to convince yourself of turning your back on your truth, because maybe it didn't fit in with the rest of society or the people around you, and therefore maybe you just felt like you were weird and you shouldn't be like that. Maybe you should just, you're meant to be like other people, so you're trying to like repress your true self, your true light, your true path, a divine magical path. But you can't forget it, and so you've met this person in order to remind you of who you really are again. The door of light has reopened that you turned your back on. Chakra wisdom cards. Base chakra, patience. Crown chakra, meditation, silence. Sacral chakra, I'm a mentor, not a rescuer. So patience, I observe in nature, growth takes time. This is a time for reflection, persistence and surrendering as things unfold at their own pace. I remain calm and tolerant during any challenging times. I develop quiet hope and expectations based on trust both in myself and in a higher power. Meditation and silence. I sit still in meditation regularly, as I know there is power in silence. I seek out stillness during some parts of every day. In the silence, I am open to receive without asking, and without expectation. In the silence, I will hear and see the truth. Rest, tranquility and peace are rejuvenating to my spirit. Miraculous emotional, mental and physical healings are available when I am open to receive. I am a mentor, not a rescuer. I avoid continually sacrificing my own happiness for others by rescuing and enabling them, as doing this may hinder personal growth for both of us. I choose not to be a martyr. I am a mentor, not a rescuer. I do not assume that everyone wants my opinions and solutions to their life challenges, and if I am in doubt, I will ask them. I take responsibility for my own happiness. Choose love for self, utmost. What does self-love look like? What would you be doing if you were being self-loving? The gateway. This is a gateway to the divine, and the divine's gateway to ground this love, like the tree taking root. I'm hearing plant that seed and it will become the acorn tree that drops the acorns, and it creates growth all around. Fear. Okay, so let's get some inspiration for this fear. Strength. You're stronger than you think. Your connection is helping each other feel stronger and protected. Temperance. Yeah, you have this balance, healing energy. This is saying be mindful of your fearful thoughts, have temperance, have balance, be in that meditative state where you come back to balance and strength. Strength to fight the fears, which is the mind. Devil energy is the mind. Okay. So we're going to finish off this reading with a Rumi Oracle card. This is going to be a really powerful message from the divine, or from their soul, their higher self, or your higher self. What do you really need to know about this connection right now? That's too many. There's 3 here. It says, she offers the sacred wine, so drink. Passion of the wild red mother, and from nothing to everything. But I just want 1 card, please, otherwise I'll be reading forever. What do you really need to know? Resplendent with grace. Number 24. Greetings from my heart to you who are always with me. Hidden inside is the heart. You are the compass of my life. My course is your way, no matter where I go. You exist everywhere and in everything, always watching over us. My soul brightens in the darkness when I speak your name. Far beyond the body, there is an opening from my heart into yours. Through that opening, I send you secret messages like the moonlight. I polish the mirror of my heart to be your reflection. I make the ear the receiver for the tenderness of your words. You are in the ear, you are in the mind, you are in every burning heart. What am I saying? You are I. This is my way to describe you. So this is a very powerful message right now, because this card's come out twice in this reading. Or not this one, but in another set of cards. Your divine grace clothes me in robes of sky blue and blood red, as a shimmering galaxy of compassion within the field of which no being is excluded. The darkness of night is illuminated, and all creatures are bathed in the fine golden hue of your presence. There is only beauty beheld now, for there is nothing that is not of your artistry, of your divine hand, generous with its grace. Is it difficult to see your magnificence without a mirror the size of a galaxy? How could you possibly witness all that you are? You must just catch glimpses of your truth now and then. Oh, if you could see yourself as I see you in all your glorious fullness of being. You are swathed in robes of grace, so light and freeing that they do not weigh you down, and yet so luscious and full that you cannot help but stir the movement of all of creation as you step this way and that. Of course it matters not to grace whether you see or do not see, for grace simply is, without witnessing being required. Yet you might live rather differently, my beloved, should you realize you are not only worthy of grace, but actually dripping with it, saturated with divine presence so rich it leaks out of you and causes sunlight to fall at your holy feet. Oh yes, you are resplendent in holiness and sanctity. Should you come to know this as I do, you would take each step with awe and reverence. This is page 111. You would decide that not a thing in your world could be classed as mundane, and decide with bold fervour that you are living in godliness and must create your world through choices that honour love. No fear, even the most stubbornly persistent, would be able to withstand the sight of your magnificent beating heart, so wild with life. In the sight of that wild heart, you would have to call all your fears close to you, soothing them with your words of love, like wild children in need of tenderness and quiet. Then, when rested, you would wake them from their slumber, and they would arise as falcons, ready to soar to the height of your most daring visions. Okay, so this is talking about the love in your heart is basically soothing your fears and making the fears become less and less. Hunting for life to feed them, they will ensure the ample grace pulsing within your heart has its chance to come to life in the world and serve love. This oracle comes to you with a message. You may be wondering if you can attain this next stage of growth in your life. You are already well equipped to do so, no matter what you might believe about the situation, circumstances, or others involved, even yourself. You have within your soul possession more than enough grace to see you through anything you are bold enough to envision for yourself, or for any vision you feel life has bestowed upon you. So pray through unconditional love to access all that you are, to be supported by those beings that love you without condition. Pray to realize that you are so drenched in sacred grace that the well of your being is full. All that is needed to nurture you onto the next step of your life path is within you now. Success is yours, but you must believe in your ability, your readiness, and your capacity to take this next phase of the journey now. How could it be otherwise? For you are one with grace. If it has, please give it a thumbs up, write a comment, and subscribe to my channel as well. Thank you so much for joining me here. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.